Okay, so I am just going to just casually be doing this. Don't know how long it's gonna take, but
Okay, so I am just.
okay, yeah. So yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna take. Just send me chats, tell me what color I should make my lights or something like that, and I'm just gonna get started. I'm not gonna end the stream until I finish reading it all the way to the bottom. Oh my gosh, we have a lot. Yeah, I think it's just different language down there. Okay. English. Important. By using an iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch device, you are agreeing to be bound by the following terms. Apple iOS and iPadOS software license agreement. Apple Pay supplementary terms. Notices from Apple. Apple Inc. iOS and iPadOS software license agreement. Single-use license. Please read this software license agreement license carefully before using your device or downloading the software update accompanying this license. By using your device or downloading a software update as appliance, you are agreeing to be bound by the terms of this license. If you do not agree to the terms of the license, do not use the device or download the software update. If you have recently purchased a device and you do not agree to the terms of the license, you may return the device with the return period to the Apple Store or authorized distribute where you obtained it for a refund. Subject to the Apple's return policy can be found here, which, yeah. I'll do that in a different video. 1. General. The software, including boot ROM code, embedded software, and third-party software documentation, inferences, content, the thoughts of any data that come up with your device, original Apple software, as may be updated or replaced by feature enhancement software updates or system restore software provided by Apple software updates. Whether it's read-only memory or any other media in any form of the original Apple software and Apple software updates are collectively referred to as the Apple software, a license not sold to you by Apple Inc. Apple for its hi. You should read the chat. Yes, I'm also reading the chat. I'm doing both. For using the only under terms of this license, Apple and its licensors retain ownership of the Apple software itself and reserve all rights not expressly granted to you. You agree that the terms of the license will apply to any Apple-branded app that may be built in on your device, unless such app accompanied by a separate license, in which case you agree to those terms which will govern your use of the app. Apple, as its discretion, as its discretion may make available future Apple software updates. The Apple software updates, if any, may not necessarily include all existing software features or new features that Apple releases for newer or other models of devices. The terms of this license will govern any Apple software updates provided by Apple unless such Apple software updates is accompanied by separate license, in which case you agree that the terms of this license will govern. If you use so it's just iOS 15, it's just iOS 15, yeah. If you use this express setup feature, such as a new device based on your existing device, you agree that the terms of this license will govern your use of the Apple software on your new device unless it is accompanied by a separate license, in which case you agree to those terms that license will govern your use of the Apple software. Your device will periodically check with Apple for Apple software updates. If an update is available, the update may automatically download and install onto your device, and if applianceable, you perishable devices by using this Apple software. You agree that Apple may download and install Apple software updates onto your device and your peripheral devices. You can turn off automatic updates altogether anytime by changing the automatic update sound found within Settings, General Software Update. Yeah, so I'm just reading the terms of conditions since I have not yet. And I should have before, yeah. yeah, I'm really bored right now, so I'm just reading Apple's terms and conditions. Permitted license use and restrictions. Subject to the terms and conditions of this license, you are granted a limited non-exclusive license to use the Apple software on a single Apple-branded device. Accepted as permitted in Section 2B below, and unless as Apple provided in a separate agreement between you and Apple, license does not allow the Apple software to exist on more than one Apple-branded device at a time, which means dual booting. Yeah, I just wish there was school right now. Wait, where was I? And you may not distribute or make the Apple software available over a network, which means piracy, which it could be used by multiple devices at the same time. This license does not grant you any rights to use Apple's proprietary interfaces and other intellectual property in the design, development, manufacture, license, or distribution of third parties' devices and accessories, or third-party software applications for use with some devices. Some of those rights are available under separate licenses from Apple. For more information on developing third-party devices and accessories for devices, please visit Apple's MFI software program. For information on developing software appliances for devices, please visit applications. Please visit developer.apple.com. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so basically this is saying that if you want to make like a third-party charger for an iPhone or a third-party mouse, which I don't think you need to, but this is just for the iPhone, really. Like, you need to visit Apple's MFI program. If you want to make an app, you need to make it with Apple's developer program. Subject to the terms and conditions of this license, you are granted a limited non-exclusive license to download Apple software updates that may be made available by Apple for a model of the device to update or restore the software on any device that you own or control. The license does not allow you to update or restore any device that you do not control or own, and you may not distribute or make the Apple software updates available over a network where they cannot be used by multiple devices or multiple computers at the same time. If you download an Apple software update to your computer and you make multiple... Hi, yeah, I see you there. No, I am not going to read that. Wait, where was I? Apple software updates over a network where they could be used by multiple devices or multiple computers at the same time. If you download an Apple software update to your computer, you may make one copy of the Apple software update stored on your computer in machine-readable form for backup purposes only, provided that backup copy must include all copy or other priority notices contained to the original. Okay, yeah, I'm good now. To the extent that Apple has pre-installed Apple-branded apps from the App Store on your device on the time of purchase pre-installed apps, you need to log into the App Store and associate those pre-installed apps with your App Store account in order to use them on your device. When you associate a pre-installed app with your App Store account, you will at the same time be automatically associated all other pre-installed apps on your device. By choosing to associate the pre-installed apps with your App Store account, you agree that Apple may transmit, collect, maintain, process, and use both the Apple ID used on your Apple Store account and a unique hardware identifier collected from your device as unique account identifiers for the purchase of verifying the eligibility of your request and providing you access the pre-installed apps that the App Store. If you do not wish to use the pre-installed apps, you can delete it from your device at any time. And why not? I'm just going to change the color of all of them. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You may not, and you agreed not to enable others to copy except as especially permitted by the license, decompile, reverse engineer, disassemble, attempt to divert the source code, or decrypt, modify, or create, basically pirating Apple's software and reading all the code, or create the derivative works of the Apple software or any services provided by the Apple software or any part therefore, except as only an extent that any foregoing restriction is prohibited by the applicable law or by licensing term governing use of open source components that may be included with the Apple software. You agreed not to remove, obscure, or alter any priority notices, including trademark and copyright notices that may be afflicted to or contained within the Apple software. The Apple software may be used to reproduce material so long as you use it's limited to reproduction of non-copyrighted materials. Materials in which you own the copyright or material you are authorized or legally permitted to reproduce. Notwithstanding the foregoing, you are prohibited to republishing, retransmitting, or reproducing any images accessed through news or maps as a stand-alone file. Title and intellectual property rights in any or any to content displayed, stored, or accessed through device belong to the respective content owner. Such content may be protected by copyright or other intellectual property laws and treaties and may be subject to terms of use of the third party providing such content. Yes, I put focus mode on. Express has otherwise prohibited herein. The license does not grant you any right to use such content, nor does it guarantee that such will continue to be available to you. How am I supposed to disturb you? You can't, sorry. So, yeah, basically this is saying that unless you own the images in news or maps or other apps that Apple has, you cannot save them to your device, screenshot them or anything. Like, it's just the images. You can, like, screenshot everything else, really. And every time I read a section, I'm going to change the colors. So, hey Siri, change the colors to green. Yep, okay, they're green now. Okay, and the chat can choose the next color, I guess. Subject to terms and conditions of this license, you may use memoji characters included in or created with the Apple software system characters I while running Apple software, and 2 to create your own original content and projects for personal, non-commercial use. No other use of the system characters is permitted by the license, including, but not limited to the use, reproduction, display, performance, recording, publishing, redistributing of any system characters is a profit, non-profit, public sharing, or commercial content. Which means, yeah, that's what happens when I choose green. I have my green screen effect on. I will turn that off right now. There we go. Yep, that's what happens when I turn on green lights. But it's fixed now. So where were we? So this is basically saying that you can't use memoji characters as a logo or something like that, but you can like make it your profile picture everywhere else or something. Oh, I had my green screen effect on. So yeah. That's why my head disappeared, and I had green lights on in the background. So, yeah. In order to complete certain app and or website action shortcuts, the Apple software may need to access certain third-party software applications, services, or websites on your device. You expressly consent to such use of extended necessary to complete the shortcut with the App Store software. Yeah, I have my green screen right here. I think it goes the other way, but wait. Yeah, it goes the other way, as you can see right there. You know, I'm just gonna take a break right now and turn my green screen around. Oh yeah, something to mention, this is just the iPhone terms of service. I've not read macOS Monterey's yet, but I read Big Sur's. I think I need to tilt it at an angle, and now we can use the green screen. Like that. Okay. Yeah, so I can now use a green screen. And I guess I'll just keep it up for now. You know what? Filters. My head okay, hey Siri, make my lights normal.
Warm light. Coming right up.
Okay. Yeah, you can kind of see over here, but all I need to do is that. And that. Oh! Okay. So, I guess we'll just keep the green screen out for now. Hey Siri, make my lights yellow. Okay, no, I don't like yellow. Hey Siri, make my lights purple. Okay. Green screen fail. Yep. Let's see. I don't think I'm holding this up right. Yeah. And I just put this. Yeah, we're just gonna keep this out for now. You'll see it in like a future stream or something like that, or my next video, whatever I choose to do next. But I'm gonna turn off the effects before I choose green again. And there we go. Okay, where were we? Okay. There we were right here, so section H. You agree to Apple's software and the services as defined in section 5 below in compliance with all applicable laws, including local laws of your country or region in which you may reside or in which you download or use the Apple software and services feature of the Apple software and the services may not be available in all languages or regions. Some features may vary by region, and some may be restricted or unavailable from your service provider. A Wi-Fi or cellular data connection is required to use some features of Apple's software and services. So, real fast, I'm gonna get some water since this is tiring. I'm gonna mute real fast. Okay, I'm back with my water right here. Okay, let's continue. Okay, section I. Use of App Store requires an unique username and password combination known as an Apple ID. An Apple ID is also required to access app updates and certain features of Apple software and services. You acknowledge that many features, built-in apps, and software of the Apple software transmit data and can impact changes to your data plan, that you're responsible for any such charges. You can view and control which applications are permitted to use cellular data and view an estimate of how much data such applications have consumed in Apple cellular data settings. In addition, Wi-Fi Assist will automatically switch to cellular when you have a poor Wi-Fi connection, which might result in more cellular data and use and impact charges for your data plan. Wi-Fi Assist is on by default, but can be disabled under settings. For information, please consult the user guide for your device. Okay. If you choose to allow automatic updates for your I have my mic on. For a device will periodically check with Apple for updates and apps on your device, and if it's one available, the update will automatically download and install on your device. You can turn on automatic app updates altogether at times by going to settings, tap iTunes Store, and under automatic downloads, turn off updates. Using your device in some circumstances can distract you and may cause a dangerous situation. For example, avoid text messaging while driving a car using headphones or while riding a bicycle. By using your device, you agree that you are responsible for observing results that restrict the use of mobile phones or headphones. For example, the requirement to use hands-free option for making calls when driving. Yep. Your device is not a medical device and should not be used as a substitute for professional medical judgment. It is not designed or intended for use in the diagnostics of disease or other conditions, or in cure, mitigation, treatment, or prevention of any condition or disease. Please consult your healthcare provider prior to making any decisions related to your health. Transfer. You may not rent, lease, lend, sell, redistribute, or sub-license of the Apple software. You may, however, make a one-time permanent transfer of all your license rights to the Apple software for another party in connection, while the transfer of your ownership of your device, provided that the transfer must include your device and all of Apple's software, including all of its components, parts, and the license. You do not retain copies of Apple's software full or partial, including copies stored on a computer or other storage device. And the party receiving the Apple software reads and agrees to accept the terms and conditions of this license. Connect to use of data. When you use your device, your phone number and certain unique identifiers for your device are sent to Apple in order to allow others to reach you by your phone number. When using various communications features of Apple software such as iMessage and FaceTime, when you use iMessage, Apple may hold your messages in encrypted form for a limited period of time in order to ensure their delivery. You may turn off FaceTime or iMessage by going to FaceTime or Messages setting on your device. Certain features like analytics, location services, Siri, and dictation may require information from your device to provide their respectable functions. When you turn on or use these features, the details when providing regarding what information is sent to Apple and how the information may be used. You can learn more by visiting apple.com/privacy. At all times, you agree you treated in order of Apple's privacy policy, which can be viewed at apple.com/legal privacy. Yeah. Real fast, I am going to do this. Where is it? Okay, copy, paste. Okay. Services and third-party material. Services and third-party materials. The Apple software may enable access to Apple's iTunes Store, Apple Store, Apple Books, Game Center, iCloud, Maps, News, Fitness Plus, and other Apple and third-party services and websites, collectively and individually services. Use of these services require internet access, and use of certain services may require an Apple ID, may require you to accept additional terms, and may be subject to additional fees. By using this software in connection with an Apple ID or other Apple services, you agree to the acceptable terms of service, such as latest Apple Media Services terms and conditions for the country and region in which you access such services, which you may access and review at apple.com/legal, internet services, iTunes. If you sign up for an iCloud certain feature like iCloud Drive, My Photo Stream, Shared Albums, and Find My, may be accessed directly from Apple's software. You acknowledge and agree that your use of iCloud and these other features is subject to latest terms and conditions of the iCloud service, which you may access and review at apple.com/legal/internet services/iCloud. News apps content. Your use of content accessed through the news application is limited solely to the news' personal, non-commercial use. Do not transfer any ownership interest to you in the content, and specifically excludes without limitations any commercials or promotional use rights such content. Maps. The map service and features of all Apple software maps include map data coverage, which may vary by region. When you turn on or use maps, details will be provided regarding what information is sent to Apple and how that information may be used. You acknowledge and agree that your use of maps is subject and the latest terms and conditions of the map service, which you may access and review on the Maps home card. Okay, let's see this. You understand that by using any of these services, you may encounter content that may be deemed offensive, indecent, or objectionable, which may or may not be identified as having explicit language, and that result of any search or entering a particular URL may automatically and unintentionally generate links or references to the objectionable material. Nevertheless, you agree to use these services at your sole risk, and that Apple, its affiliates, agents, principals, or licensors shall have no liability to you for content that may be found to be offensive, indented, or objectionable. Hey Siri, make my lights pink. Wait, they're already pink. Or no, I guess that's pink. Okay. Certain features may display, include, or make available content, data, information, applications, or material from third-party materials, or provide links to certain third-party websites. By using the services, you acknowledge and agree that Apple is not responsible for exclaiming or evaluating the content accuracy, completeness, timeliness, validity, copyright claim, legal decency, quality, or any other aspect of such third-party materials or websites. Apple, it offers affiliates and subsidiaries, do not warrant or endorse, and do not assume, and will not have any liability or responsibility to you or that person for any third-party services, third-party materials or websites, or for any other materials, products, or services of third-party materials and links to other websites are provided solely as convenience to you. Ooh, convenience. What? Something that I like. Let's see, did my sister say anything yet? No, I don't think she read it yet. Neither Apple nor any of its content providers guarantee the availability, accuracy, completeness, reliability, or timeliness of stock information, location data, or any other data displayed by any services. Financial information displayed by any services is for general information purpose only, should not be relied upon as an investment advice before executing any services transactions based upon information obtained through the services. You should consult with a financial or securities professional who is legally qualified to give you financial or security advice in your country or region. Location data provided by any services, including the Apple Maps service, is provided for basic navigational and planning purposes only, is intended to be relied upon in situations where precise location information is needed, or where erroneous, inaccurate, time-delayed, or incomplete location data may lead to death, personal injury, property, or environmental damage. You agree that the results you receive from the map service may vary from actual road or terrain conditions due to the factors that can affect the accuracy of maps data, such as but not limited to weather, road and traffic conditions, and geopolitical events. For your safety when using navigational features, always pay attention to the posted road signs and current road conditions. Follow safe driving practices and traffic regulations, and note that cycling and walking directions may not include designated pathways. To the extent that you upload any content through the use of services, you represent that you have own all the rights in or have authorization or otherwise legally permitted to upload such content, and that such content do not violate any terms of service applicable to these services. He agrees that the services contain proprietary content, information, and material that is owned by Apple, the site owner, or their licensors, and is protected. Or their licensors are protected by applicable intellectual property and other laws, including but not limited to copyright. You agree that you will not use such proprietary content, information, or material other than for permitted use in services, or that any matter is inconsistent with the terms of this license or infringes any intellectual property rights of a third party or Apple. No portion of the services may be reproduced in any form or by any means. You agree to not modify, rent, lease, loan, sell, distribute, or create deteriorative works based on their services in any manner, and you shall not exploit the services in any unauthorized ways or whatsoever, included but not limited to using the services to transmit any computer viruses, worms, Trojan horses, or other malware, or by trespass and plundering network capacity. You further agree not to use these services in any manner to harass, abuse, stalk, threaten, defame, or otherwise infringe or violate rights of any other party, and that Apple is not in any way responsible for such use by you, not for harassing, threatening, defamatory, offensive, infringing, or illegal messages by transmissions that you may result as a result of using any of these services. So we still have a lot to go. Makes me read this slower when I'm reading it out loud. No, I'm gonna take a little break right now, and I'm gonna advertise the stream to a few friends. Okay. Let's do this person. I'm not gonna do it to everyone. Let's do it to this person. Let's do it to this person. Let's send it to this person. I'm not gonna say who these people are. But I'm just gonna say that I am setting, because I don't want to invade anyone's privacy, because Apple is privacy. And let's see if we can get more people into the stream. Okay. Okay, still two. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there are two viewers watching right now. Let's see. I think that's all I can do for now. So let's open up Snapchat since I only have. Just as I am reading terms of service, Snapchat has the new terms of service. Yeah, so I am going to okay, now I don't want echoes going everywhere. Okay. Where were we? We were right here. Hopefully, this makes my stream quicker, because I will have more people to talk to. So, in addition, such services and third-party materials may not be available in all languages or in all countries or regions. Apple makes no representation that such services and third-party materials are appropriate or available for use in any particular location to the extent you choose to use or access such services or third-party materials. You do so at your own initiative and are responsible for compliance with any applicable laws, including but not limited to applicable local laws and privacy and data collecting laws. Sharing or syncing photos through your device may cause metadata, including where and when the photo was taken, and depth information to transmit to be transmitted with the photo. Use of Apple services such as iCloud Photo Library to share or synchronize such photos will involve Apple receiving and storing such metadata. So this is basically talking about the metadata that's in the HEIC files. Apple and its licensors reserve the right to change, suspend, remove, or disable access to services at any time without notice. In no event will Apple be liable for the removal or the disabling of access to any such services. Apple may impose limits on the use or the access to certain services, in any case without notable or liability. How many parts are there? So on part 7, so yeah, this is Apple Pay. We'll read that also. Notices, okay. So this is just doing in like every single language, so there are 528 pages of this. So I am just going to continue back on, okay, it's fine. Apple Pay right there. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot to go, so... No, we're at section 6. Hey Siri, change my lights to any color that you want. No, not off, Siri. Give me a color. What color? Okay, red. Hey Siri, change my lights to red and turn them on. Okay. Ooh, red. Termination. Yeah, creepy color. This license is effective until terminated. Yeah. Your rights under this license will terminate automatically or otherwise cease to be effective without notice from Apple if you fail to comply with any terms of license upon terminations of this license. You shall cease all use from Apple software. Sections 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, and 13 of license shall survive any such termination. Okay, I'm back. How's it going? Read it in Italian. Quench that thirst, my guy. Okay. I need to get more of these cups. I have like 50 of them already. I'm gonna bring more next time I need to refill. Disclaimer of warranties. If you are a customer who is a customer, someone who uses Apple software outside of your trade, business, or profession, you may have legal rights in your country or residence which would prohibit the following limitations applying to you, and where prohibited, that they will not apply to you. To find out more about these rights, you shall contact a local consumer advice organization. 3 people now. Okay. You expressly acknowledge and agree that to the extent permitted by appliance law, use of the Apple software and any services performed by or accessed through the Apple software as at your sole risk, that the entire risk and satisfactory quality, performance, accuracy is an effort toward you. To the maximal extent permitted by applicable law, the Apple software and services are prohibited as is and as available, with all faults and without warranty of any kind, and Apple's licensors collectively referred to as Apple for the purpose of Section 7 and 8. Hereby disclaim all warranties and conditions with respect from the Apple's software and services, either express or implied statutory, including but not limited to the implied warranties and or conditions of merchantry, satisfactory quality, fitness for particular purpose, acquirely quiet enjoyment, and non-infringement for third-party rights. Okay. What color should I do next? Once I'm done with section 7. Okay, yeah, we're on 7.4. Apple does not warrant against interference with your enjoyment of the Apple's software and services, that the function contained in or services performed or provided by the Apple software will meet your requirements, that the operation of Apple software and services will be uninterrupted or error-free, that any services will continue to be made available, that defects in Apple software or services will be corrected, or that Apple software will be compatible or work with any third-party software. Applications or third-party services and installation of this Apple software may affect the availability and usability of third-party software, applications, or third-party services, as well as Apple products and services. What's the temperature? -2. Should I open the window? To let some cool air. Sure, why not? I mean, if I start getting cold, I could just close it and turn up the heat, right? Okay. You further acknowledge that Apple software and services are intended or suitable for use in any situations or environments where the failure or time delays or errors and inaccuracies in the content, data, or information provided by the Apple software or services could lead to death, personal injury, or severe physical or environmental damage, including without limitation of operation of nuclear facilities, aircraft navigation or communication systems, air traffic control, life support, or weapon systems. No data? What? Okay, excellent connection. Okay, good. No oral or written information or advice given by Apple or an Apple authorized representative shall create a warranty. Should the Apple software or services provide defective, you assume the entire cost of all necessary servicing, repair, or correction. Some jurisdictions do not allow the exclusion of implied warranties or limitations on applicable state or statutory rights of a consumer, so the above exclusion and limitation may not apply to you. So, yep. Limitation of liability. To the extent not prohibited by Apple law, in no event shall Apple... Okay, I'm going to reread that, but first I need a color. Okay. Home. What color should I do? Why don't I do... Wait, does it like... Yeah, it does. Pretty cool. Okay. Hey Siri, make my light dark green. Okay, that's blue, but... Okay. Oh, this is long. So, I'm gonna get more water real fast. Okay, I'm back. To the extent not prohibited by applicable law, in no event shall Apple, its affiliates, agents, or principal be liable for personal injury or any incidental, special, indirect, or consequential damages whatsoever, including, without limitation, damages for loss or profits, corruption, or loss of data, failure to transmit or receive any data, including without limitation, course, instruct, assignment, and materials, business interruption, or any other commercial damages or losses arising out of related to your use or inability to use the Apple software and services of any third-party software applications or services in conjunction with the Apple software or services, however caused, regardless of the theory or liability, contract or otherwise, and even if Apple has been advised the possibility of such damages, such jurisdictions do not allow the exclusion or limitations of liability for personal injury or of additional damage or consequential damages, so limitation may not apply to you. If no event shall Apple totally liability for your damages other than as may be required by applicable law in cases including personal injury, exceed the amount of $250. The foregoing limitations will apply even if the above statement redundantly fails in essential purposes. Digital certificates. The Apple software contains functional that allows it to accept digital certificates either issued from Apple or from third parties. You are solely responsible for deciding whether or not to rely on a certificate, whether issued by Apple or third party. Your use of digital certificates is at your sole risk to the maximum extent and permit by applicable law. Apple makes no warranties or penalties express or implied as a merchant or fitness of any particular purpose, accuracy, security, or non-infringement of third-party rights with respect to digital certificates. Real fast. I'm going to do that. Okay. Export control. You may not use or otherwise export or re-export Apple's software except as authorized by United States law and the law of jurisdiction in which the Apple software was obtained in particular, but without limitation. Oh, the heat came on. Without limitation, the Apple software may not be exported or re-exported into any U.S. embargoed countries, or B, to anyone outside the Treasury or Department list of specialty designated nationals of the U.S. Department of Commerce denied personal list or entity list of any other restricted party list. By using Apple software, you represent and warrant that you are not located in any such country or on such list. You also agree that you will not use Apple software for any purposes prohibited by United States law, including without limitation development, design, manufacture, or predictable missiles, nuclear, chemicals, or biological weapons. Which basically means do not create nukes with Apple products. Government end users. The Apple software and related documentation of commercial items, as though defined in 48 CFR, Section 2101, consists of commercial computer software and commercial computer software documentation. As such terms are used in 48 CFR Section 12.212 or 48 CFR Section 227.7202 as acceptable, consists with 48 CFR Section 12.212 or 48 CFR Section 227.7202-1 through 227.7202-4 as applicable of consumer computer software and commercial computer software documentation are being licensed to U.S. government end users only as commercial items, and B, with only those rights are granted in all other end user person to the terms and conditions herein unpublished rights registered under the copyright laws of the United States. Controlling law and severability. The law will be governed and constructed in accordance with the laws of State of California, excluding its conflict of law principles. The license shall not be governed by the United Nations convictions or contracts from the international sales of goods. The application of where expressly excluded. If you're a consumer based in the United Kingdom, this license will be governed by the laws and jurisdictions of your residence. In any reason, a court of competent jurisdictions finds any provision or partition therefore to be unethical, the remainder of this license shall continue in full force and effort. I've never read a lot before, like this. Complete agreement governing language. License constitutes the entire agreement between you and Apple relating to the Apple software and supersides of all prior or contemporaneous under. Wow, Apple uses strong words. Please tell me what this means. Existing or occurring in the same period of time. Okay. Understanding results in some such subject matter. No amended to or modification of this license will be binding unless written and signed by Apple. Any translation of this license is done for you local requirements in the event of a dispute between the English and any non-English versions. The English version of this license shall govern to the extent not prohibited by law, local law in your jurisdictions. Third-party acknowledgments. Portions of this Apple software may utilize or include third-party software and other copyrighted materials. Acknowledgments, license terms, and disclaimers for such material are contained in electronic documentation for the Apple software, and your use of such material is governed by respective terms. Use of the Google Safe Browsing service is subject to Google's terms of service and to Google's privacy policy. And I don't read that, which means I am totally not allowed to use Google as my search engine. And I'm not allowed to use Google Chrome on an Apple device because I don't agree to Google's terms of service, really. Well, yeah. Use of MPEG4, aka MP4s, I'm just going to call them MP4s since that's easier to say, and that's basically what an MPEG4 is. H.264 and ABC notice. The Apple software is licensed under the MP4 system patent portfolio license for excluding and compliance with MP4 system standards, except that an additional license and payment of royalties are necessary for encoding in connection with 1. Data stored or replaced in physical media which is paid for by title bases, and 2. Which data is paid for on a title basis and is transmitted to an end user for permanent storage and or use. Such additional licenses may be obtained from MP Los Angeles LLC. See MP for additional details. The Apple software contains MPEG4 video. 1 second. Okay. I am good. So Apple software is licensed under. Okay. The Apple software contains MP4 video encoding and or decoding functionality. The Apple software is licensed under the MP4 Visual Patent Portfolio License for the personal and non-commercial use where consumer for 1. Encoding video in compliance with MP4 visual standards, MP4 video, and or 2. Decoding MP4 video that was encoded by consumer and engaged in a personal and non-commercial activity and or was obtained from a video provider licensed by MPLA to provide MP4 video. No license is granted and shall be implied for any other use. Additional information including that relating to promotional, internal, and commercial uses, licensing may be obtained from MPEGLA LLC. See their website. The Apple software contains AVC encoding and or decoding functionality. Commercial use of H.264. AVC requires additional licensing and the following provisions apply. The AVC functionality in the Apple software is licensed herein only for the personal and non-commercial use of a consumer to 1. Encode video in compliance with the ABC standard ABC video, and or 2. Decode ABC video that was encoded by a consumer engaged in a personal and non-commercial activity, and or ABC video that was obtained from a video provider licensed to provide ABC video. Information regarding other uses license may be obtained from MPEG LA LLC. See MPEGLA.com. Yahoo Search Services restrictions. The Yahoo Search Service is available through Safari. Is licensed for use only in the following countries and regions: Argentina, Arabia, Australia, Austria, Barbados, Belgium, Bermuda, Brazil, Bulgaria, Canada, Canadian Islands, Chile. Basically a bunch of countries I don't live in, and basically what it says in Yahoo's terms of service. I'm just going to skim through these countries. I'm not going to read them, and we're allowed in the United States to use Yahoo on Apple devices. Microsoft Exchange Notice. The Microsoft Exchange Mail setting in the Apple software is licensed only for over-the-air synchronization or information such as email, contacts, calendars, and tasks between your device and Microsoft email server, and for other service subject licensed by Microsoft to implement the Microsoft Exchange ActiveSync protocol. And there we have it. We just finished reading the terms of service of Apple. So it's last updated July 16th, 2021. And yep, while I was unable to read it when it was new, so yeah, I am now able to use my iPhone again. And yeah, we'll read Apple Pay terms and conditions later on. But we are going to just choose a product. Okay, yeah, so here's macOS Monterey, Big Sur, Catalina, Mojave, macOS Server 5.7, High Sierra, Server 5.6, Server 5.4, Sierra, Server 5.2, El Capitan, Server 5, Yosemite, Yosemite Server, Maverick Server, Mountain Lion Server, Lion Server, Snow Leopard Server. We're not going to read all of them. We're just going to read Monterey. Unless I decide to go back to Big Sur or something like that. And this is for this other software, Airport Bootcamp, Java for OS 10, which is macOS. Moving to iOS, iMovie Theater. Apple TV, we have tvOS 15. We have, iPod's just there. Apple Watch, we have Apple Watch OS 8. And we have the HomePod one. So, yeah. Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving, and yeah.